Welcome to George Coll Fine Art. Here, the viewer is encouraged to get outside and paint from life. George's job is to provide the tools to solve the many technical challenges faced in rendering landscape paintings. View the library of landscape paintings offered and become a subscriber. You can also purchase tutorial videos, plus original tutorial and studio paintings. Thank you. And if you like what you see, click the subscribe button and join in on the fun.
Hello and welcome to part 3 of Gila River Trek. I'm George Coll and we're going to finish this painting today in the next 30 minutes. So this is get down and dirty and let's get this thing done. So the good thing I had coming into this part 3 was I had a great foundation. The values were really looking good, the shapes were looking good, but what I needed to work on was a weak sky. And once I got a new mixture in there, that really, I think the biggest thing I did was to fix the sky, and that made a big difference. All the other stuff was, icing on the cake, but with that sky change, it really made a big difference. Anyway, follow along here, and we'll finish this thing up in no time. So, get outside and paint with your friends, get critique, and don't be intimidated by a white canvas. Just pick up a brush and start painting. All right. Hello, and welcome to part 3 of Gila River Trek. So, here we go. So I got a critique yesterday from my professional friends because I get together with them on Tuesday. And I've got some work to do and I'll show you what I need to do. But the foundation is really good. So I got that down. But the details are really kind of lacking. So I think the first thing I'm going to start with was how weak the sky is. It really needs to be, get more intensity in it. So what I'm mixing up is phthalo blue-green. And so what I'm going to do is just get a little bit of phthalo blue-green, get some white in it, and look at that, it's powerful. These phthalos are so strong. You can see how strong that is. So I have a darker and a lighter, and we will get started. And I think the fact that we need more sky holes is very important, and this is the stage to get that in for that upper canopy here. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to go with a soft brush. Number 4 Rosemary, long flat, series 279. And getting my paper towel and getting my mixture going here. Still have some of that stuff blue from yesterday and I diluted this a little bit. Let's get this going here. I think that might be better. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. That has a very nice effect. That was a very good critique that I got to bring that to my attention. Oh, that does stand out. Look at that. Right there. Bang. That worked. Sometimes you just got to get that pigment right, you know? I'm going to go in with the bigger sky holes with this number 4 and then switch over to a number 2 or 1 here in a second. And that will help out. think I'm running out of easy stuff to do here. Okay. And it's amazing what a big brush will do. Just use the side of it. So instead of using the floppy big side, go to that little edge thing on the side and voila, you can get a lot of little strokes. And boy, that has made a lot of dramatic difference right there. Now, I need to do more of that, but it's kind of a no-brainer, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it with a smaller brush and then switch over to a different part of the painting for a different necessity. Right. So I've got a 279 number 1 rosemary long flat. So you can kind of see just by going in with these little brushes with the right pigment, it really has a nice effect. And you know, sky holes really help a painting. They give it more authenticity. It's just all kinds of sky holes or background colors coming in through canopies. And that is really making a dramatic difference. All right. Switching to a number 2, long flat 279. And we're going to change neighborhoods here. Move that over there. Oh, I missed my razor blade scraper. I'm going to have to go to Home Depot today and pick one up. I'm going to clean my workspace here. And let's go into some new mixtures. We experimented with some nice grays over here, and we used some Portlands. And so let's go with some blue, green, red, brown for dark. And let's get some gold in here off to the side. Yellow or ochre gold. And I want to go to this, get a lighter mixture. Hang on, let me get this thing called Misty Blue. Nice color. And let's see here, I think that's about all I need right now. I'm looking down at my color table that I have here. Okay. I think in some of these, I need to do some adjustment. And I'm just doing some final things here that can make a big difference. And that's what this stuff is all about. So I'm working on the shadow side of some of these obelisks. And I think I need some blues in here. There's some good darks in here too. And I'm missing a good one right here. I had it when I started the painting and then I lost it. And I'm just working in here to give some refinement of this close-up rock here. I need to lighten one side of it, so I'm going to go with a little bit of a gray. And you can see some lighter stuff in here, and I'm working on that. Let me get back and make a judgment on those strokes I've just done. I really like the values and things going on in this rock, but this is too much of a contrast between these big darks and this big light here. So I'm going to tone him down, the light down just a little bit. I'm doing some of that Portland gray stuff. And you can see that's helped. And I think I need a dark or two running through it. Like that. Whoopee, that's working. Need some lighter stuff. Lighter. I want to move over to the other side of this dark base. Now, one of the concerns I got from my crew yesterday, my critique was I covered up too much of my guys here with foliage, and I need to bring some of that back. And I'm doing it with kind of a dot dot dash dash thing to kind of say, hey, there's cliffs back there, and I'm just kind of dabbling it in. And that is doing okay. And what's going on down here? I think we have some rocks coming through here and other places. Oh, nice. Oh, that solves some problems. Boy, it's funny, just a little bit of value color change can make such a big difference in all this stuff. Oh man, that's really good. Okay, 17 minutes to go. Okay, we cannot dilly-dally. Now, when I just got back to take a look, this big dark right here needs a little bit of refinement. So it needs some blues going through it. I'm going to add a little bit of gray, lighter gray, coming through right in here. And it still says what it needs to say. Now, this is the brightest part of the painting, and I know there's some really bleached out rocks down here on the waterline that we emphasized yesterday. But this is a little too bright over here, so I'm going to add some of that misty blue to it to calm it down. There's kind of a more of a blue to it. So I'm adding that gray thing called a misty blue. And here we go. And there are some darks running through here, like right in here. So that's what this little side angle was. I'm still using that number 2 or 1. Yeah, number 2. Soft one here. I'll go with that lighter color right in here to match over here. And I'll just do a few more of those. Say, yeah, we're related. All right, back to the old misty blue stuff. And I think I can use some of that right up in here also. This area, this green, I have a smudge right on the top of that green, and I need to unsmudge it and make it more defined. Use some emerald green here. Stop it! Psst. My cat is over there clawing my display cabinet. Sorry, I have to yell at her every now and then. That's too bright. Knock it down. I just added some dark viridian to it. You know, the biggest change I see is that sky's made the biggest difference. Okay, I think with my remaining time, I'm going to work on water and canopy. This water here and canopy. I see more lights on this side of the ripple and more darks on this side. So I'm going to go back to that number 1. The old number 1. Here we go. Nice fresh brush. And I'm just loading up both sides of it and making it lighter on one side and getting back to make a judgment. It's fine back here. Okay. Could really use a nice dark right here. Oh, whew. I just used some straight out of the tube phthalo blue green. Boy, is that powerful. Whew, man. All right, now what I want to do is get some of this gray stuff and put it over here. Just blobbed it on there, but I also need some darks, but not too many of them. See how I'm just dabbing it in there? And it gives the impression of, hey, darks and lights. I always like a little bit of phthalo, ochre gold. Let me see if I can tame that down with a gray. And just put a few dabs of that in. Just because around water there's all kinds of weird stuff that can I need to bring that back that way. Just adds a little bit of warmth to it. And I'll put some right in here. I mean, I didn't see it in the reference, but I'm thinking, you know, I hang around water, I know what these things, these nice colors can do for us. All right, so now, let's get into canopy. I think we're going to make a good mixture for canopy. So I have some green and some blue here, some white, so let me just fling that over into the gray neighborhood and add more dark to it. And I think this might be a nice starting point for it. And here we go. This brush doesn't hold much, so I have to be conscious of not messing around with an empty brush. I have to just keep remembering to reload it. I don't know if it's dark enough. I'll make it a little darker. Okay, here we go with the darker. And that's doing some good. And maybe get a dark in here to help out with the trunk. Kind of stubby right here. Let's add a little bit more trunk here, a dark. I'm adding some brown to this. Blue, brown. I think I'm saying enough here. Maybe too much. Let's see. Okay, I think I am very pleased with this painting. And I think I need to darken this little bright area right there. And I need to bring some dark down right here. And just a few more darks in and behind this big canopy or this big thing of green in here. And then I think we have it. This trunk is a little too wide, so let me get in here with some greeny green stuff and I'll came out a little. And go darker. And knock out some area there. Now go lighter again. And we have a painting. Whew. You know, you just have to step back and admire these things every now and then and say, yeah, that's nice to look at. All right, I think the important thing for you as students is make sure you have kept your integrity between the shadow and the light here on the rocks coming through there. And I think that's an important thing to do. And I mean, you can pick and choose at this thing for a long time and make it perfect or overdo it. So at this point, I like to just kind of say, I'm pretty pleased with it. And it's not occurring to me some of these, major things to change. So at this point, I like to just kind of stop. And if tomorrow I see that something is really sticking out to me, I will go ahead and change it. But until then, I'm going to bring this part 3 Gila River Trek to an end. Thank you so much, viewers, for coming by. All right, keep painting. Bye-bye.